Hello, my beautiful people. How are we? First off, I just want to apologize by saying I'm so sorry that it's been taking me a couple of weeks to actually podcast. I was sick the week before, and then Wednesday, July 1st, my girlfriend and I moved into our new place. So the past 2 weeks have kind of been a nonstop crazy thing. But before we dive into all of that, I simply wanted to recap on June and the Pride Month aspect. And I really hope that I helped or shedded some light on things. And a lot of people have this misconception that Pride Month is, to be all up in people's faces and just blah, 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 putting their sexuality and lifestyle in other people's faces. And that's really not it. Pride Month is for people who need to feel like they belong to a bigger community, because that's who we are as human beings. Is we need to belong. We need to have a sense of community. The whole phrase of "it takes a village" really encapsulates who we are as a species. And being able to belong in a community where we feel accepted and wanted is very important for our survival and our mental health. So Pride Month is overall about that aspect of things, because a lot of kids and people aren't accepted for their sexuality just because they want to be with the same sex, or be with someone who's different or transgender, or they want to be with anyone and everyone, or they want to have multiple relations with people. It doesn't matter. The month of June is for everyone, and people die for their sexuality. People have this thing that in their brain, for whatever reason, makes them think that, this person's transgender, that's wrong, that's terrible, they shouldn't even live, which is absolutely crazy and absolutely disgusting way to think. But Pride Month is to simply shed light on all the things, good and bad, about being part of the LGBTQ plus community, because it is a community, and it is for people who need the connection. And I remember when I first came out that I felt so incredibly alone. It was very uncomfortable. It was, a lot of things are changing. I don't know if this is normal. I don't know what I'm experiencing is normal. I don't have anybody to talk to. And I remember my friend Alana, who I met at Coyote Joe's, and she was the first person that made me feel like, don't get me wrong, my friends were super accepting, but to finally have somebody who knows exactly what I'm going through, especially as a feminine woman. She and I got screwed over by the same girl, and we had that common ground to talk about. And she's just been this overall great person to talk to, especially when I'm like wanting advice or needing something. Like, she made me feel better. And then shortly after, I met my girlfriend, and everything just, became better. But that sense of loneliness is something so indescribable. And being alone versus loneliness are completely different, and they are two separate things. Like, you can be alone and be happy to be in your solitude and by yourself and enjoy doing things on your own. Like, I enjoy doing shit by myself. I went shopping earlier by myself. Like, I have no issue doing that stuff. But to feel absolutely lonely, like nobody gets you or nobody understands your experiences, completely different. And it's just a lot harder. But that's what Pride Month is for, not to shove people's lifestyles in your faces and, be super provocative and just inappropriate. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about celebrating life and celebrating our passion for love and life. And people just need to understand that a little more. And if you're one of those people that have yet to experience a relationship after just coming out and you want that experience with, same sex and to explore, you're not alone. It takes a while to learn how to do that. Like, I have a friend who's kind of in that situation where she's out and she's trying to finally have her first real relationship or just a relationship in general. And I can see that it's been difficult for her. It's not easy trying to find somebody who checks all your boxes and you're really interested in. But I also want to say, like, it's difficult to date, okay? A lot of aspects in life are difficult, in general. Dating is difficult. Being in a relationship is difficult. Doing all the in-between stuff, trying to figure out if you like this person or if you're sexually attracted to this person or whatever else. Sometimes you know right off rip. Sometimes you don't. If you're one of those people that hasn't had a real relationship, your time will come, okay? Because once you're in a relationship, like, you can be in it. And this is the only time that you're ever going to be single. You never know. But if you're also dating or trying to date and going in those awkward experiences of, like, do I actually like this person? They have a few red flags. Some people are going to have red flags, but I'm also against that aspect because my girlfriend didn't have any red flags when her and I started talking, and it was easy. I hate when people are like, oh, it should be complicated, or like there should be something there, it shows passion, like there should be that level of excitement and whatever else. If you're someone who's been involved in toxicity or used to toxicity, you can become addicted to it because it's predictable. Or it's so predictable, it becomes unpredictable and it makes it exciting. Like, oh, this is so exciting. Like, I can't tell. Like, I'm just getting butterflies all the time because, like, I don't know what they're going to do next, or this is just exciting. Totally different. Does not mean the same thing. You can be excited, like, somebody bringing you flowers and it's like, oh my God, this is so cute. This is amazing. Like, you'll feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But when they're doing other things, you can kind of have the butterflies. Like, I remember when I used to date guys, I would get butterflies more so when I was younger because, in a way, that's kind of a warning system. I'm so sorry that I'm congested all of a sudden. It's like every time I fucking talk and sit down to podcast, like, I'll be fine throughout the whole entire day, but as soon as I sit down and start talking, I fucking sound like this. But dating shouldn't be difficult, but finding the right person for you and finding whether or not you are going to let their red flags slide or not is not difficult. Like, the right person for you will not have any red flags, and I stand on that consistently. And like, I never had that issue when I was starting to date my girlfriend. So, yeah. But as for our new place, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. I'm going to make a video and post it on YouTube at some point because, like, I want to show you guys. But it's just not completed right now. We have our sofa and love seat, and then we also have, like, our bed set up. But 2 bed, 2 bath. I don't know if I said that. It's like 1,242 square feet, so it's the biggest place I've lived that's, like, mine. hardwood floors, so Milo keeps sliding around like a fucking Scooby-Doo cartoon. It's hilarious to watch. We're kind of short for money at the moment. So if you guys want to, donate some money, I'm just kidding. But no, everything's fine. We're coming at it like, little by little, it'll get set up. The bedroom is kind of awkward because I really want a vanity, but for some reason, like, I won't be able to have a vanity in at least our bedroom. But my girlfriend has her gaming room. We're probably going to split it up. I might turn it into, like, our gaming room. I just don't have a PC right now. And eventually I think I want to stream, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. Also, I don't know if you guys keep up to date on Instagram or TikTok posts for the podcast. I, for the life of me, cannot keep up with it. Like, it, honestly, I'd rather make videos and stuff, but posting actual content of just photos is kind of boring. I don't know how to get over it. I don't know how to get out of that mindset. But yeah. And starting over in this aspect too, like, living with her dad was fine. And I say that, whatever. But living with a parent is always difficult because you want to be an adult and you have your set way of doing things, and then they have their set way of doing things. And when someone's doing the opposite or a different way of how the parent wants to do it, it just causes conflict and everything else. So that was really difficult to live with and be involved with. And, yeah. But living in the country, like the country was different. As my parents live in the country, but you can still hear like cars driving back and forth on the expressway. There's nothing like that in Kansas. It's Amish country. It is dirt roads, backwoods, like all you hear is crickets chirping and frogs croaking and whatever else. But having the adjustment of living back in the city and hearing like trains farther away or like I don't know, people honking or just people driving, humming of people's AC units next to us, it's been different. It is. We bought a washer and dryer from a friend of a friend, and I feel so bad because the dryer squeaks, like squeals so loudly. We had a friend, shout out Josh. He came over to look at it actually today, and he's gonna help us find somebody to look at it, like someone his parents know. And then also shout out Isaiah, who I work with. He helped also, like, him and Josh both helped us move. And so we could one and done this shit because I did not want to drive an hour back and forth doing this. With a huge U-Haul. I definitely overestimated the U-Haul. But finally having a place to ourselves is so much better already because I don't have to worry about, somebody yelling at me to do the dishes or saying that I'm doing it wrong. I finally have a space that's mine and that my clothes can be, and I have all of my stuff again if I, want it. Yeah, but my main thing was trying to just get here, and now I'm kind of just waiting for other job opportunities to come my way, and that's pretty much about it. But just a constant state of starting over is always something different, and life aspects. What, Milo? Go lay down. I don't want to hear your clickety-clackety of your nails. We also have to keep his nails trimmed Dude, you guys, oh my God. My girlfriend and I really want a puppy, okay? And I know, like, bad timing because we just moved in. We're trying to save up more money and get that situated before we even think about getting a fucking puppy. But Milo does not like older dogs. He doesn't like dogs his own age. He loves children. He loves other people. He just, for the life of him, does not like other dogs. So we're going to have to get him a little baby brother or sister. But my girlfriend was driving down the road for her job and she saw somebody selling German Shepherd puppies. And she called me while I was at work and she's like, no way, someone's selling German Shepherd puppies, blah, 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 because she, like, those are her types of dogs. She really wants a German Shepherd puppy. Me, on the other hand, I prefer a pit bull, but they're fucking illegal in the city we're living in, so whatever. I think it's a dumb rule. But she really wants a German Shepherd puppy. So she was driving down. These people were selling German Shepherd puppies for $1,500. Can you believe that? $1,500. $1,500. That is absolutely insane. But she spoke to them and they were like, oh, the reason is because their grandparents or their parents were like both police dogs and they're registered or whatever. They have their papers and they have their shots. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like, that's insane. I don't even know if that's a legit type of price that you pay for maybe purebred pit bulls, but fuck, dude, that's insane. I don't know. But Milo's a German Shepherd and Lab mix, and he's such a cutie patootie. But I also want to get a Dalmatian. It's just one of those things that we have to wait for because we also want to travel to Michigan at the end of the month, and we're really going to try to get there, like, plans set and everything. It's just, I'm trying my best not to stress about money and other financial situations because I'm getting into the mode of manifesting, and whatever you say out loud can become your reality. So really try to do something different in that aspect. But, starting over in another chapter of my life and doing all that, it's so nice. It's so nice getting out on your own and finally having your own place in a bigger home. We also don't have a TV, so I'm just kind of watching shit off my laptop. I mean, I could read the 100 books that I have, but I've already read most of them. I'm also really excited to host parties and stuff. Not like parties, but like get-togethers, like soup night. Why? I don't want my notification. Yeah, so I want to be able to host get-togethers or gatherings or like a charcuterie night or, soup night or whatever else, like paint a pumpkin. Something like that, something that could be fun. Definitely have the space for it, but it's just one of those things that takes time. And I'm such an impatient person that having to do this shit little by little is going to drive me insane. And I keep going to TJ Maxx and Marshall's trying to find new things. Or like the antique store that's by us, which, ooh, you guys, I was in one of the antique shops like earlier today. And when I first went there with my friend Alyssa, it was fine. I didn't really notice it, but then I went in there by myself and I felt so weird. Like, I can go shopping by myself and have a good time and do whatever. But as soon as I started walking around this huge antique shop, like, don't get me wrong, they have cute, cool stuff. I didn't buy anything because their fucking furniture is priced at an expensive rate. It's kind of wild. But it's that old type of furniture, like grandmas have, solid woods with the little curvature type legs that they all stand on. It's interesting. And then you also have to be careful because depending on the coloring, if it's like yellow or green for dishes, it could have lead in it. So you have to be careful with that. I'm pretty sure it's lead. But you definitely have to be careful. Milo, stop licking yourself. Stop. You're going to drive me crazy. God, it's the one sound I fucking hate the most. What was I talking about? Oh, but they put a dresser. Mind you, it's totally fine. But like a dresser was over $200. And maybe some people think that, oh, that's a steal, whatever, but not in this case, not in this situation. But I was walking through it and I just felt weird. I felt like a pressure on my chest almost in this most uncomfortable way possible. And in some aspects, it was like a feeling of don't touch my stuff. Like, and I fully believe in ghosts. I fully believe that things can be haunted. And I'm not trying to take home a little ghost. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with that shit. But we'll probably just end up ordering our stuff on Amazon, which is annoying because I really wanted to buy local or, from somewhere rather than. Fuck, I'm yawning, sorry. Rather than like buying it off of Amazon. But nowhere has like really good stuff. And I don't want to get it from Walmart because they have a limited selection, to be honest. And so does TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Like, I can't really get a fucking dresser from TJ Maxx or Marshalls, which is fine. But yeah, starting this chapter over. And I definitely think that depending on your living situation, it can really fuck with your body. Like, it's been really difficult for me to lose weight and feel better about myself, especially living with her dad, because I don't know if that house has mold in it. That he sure as hell has mice all over the place. Brown recluse spiders all over the place. And then Milo's hair would be all over the place, and like the room had carpet in it, and we tried to keep up with it, but it was just more difficult to do because fucking everything sticks to carpet and it's so annoying. But yeah, mentally I was just not functioning properly. And I'm already starting to feel better about myself. I'm starting to feel better mentally. I'm just starting to really get back into some things. And now I can just be more of myself. I can go for fucking walks without having to worry about ticks and snakes and whatever else. Because your girl is deathly scared of ticks. Like, I fucking hate insects. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. They're so fucking disgusting. I can't wait to have more of a kitchen table to actually, sit down and eat and do all those things. But starting over yet again, which it should be the theme of my life because I've done it so much. And some people will come into the bar and they'll talk about their stories and whatever else, and I'll listen to them. And the amount of times that people all have to start over is quite insane. Like this woman, she's been with her husband, I think the past like few years or whatever. Getting a divorce, having to be on her own, being a single mom, like, that's so scary. Because it's not just about you have children to worry about, and I think that that's just so scary, and it makes things more difficult because you have the question of like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to survive? Like, how am I going to make ends meet and take care of these kids? And I just couldn't imagine doing that over and over again. And I've moved a lot, and I'm so tired of moving. I don't know how many of you have moved or how many times, but the shit's annoying. Like, when you're little, sometimes it's fun, but the older I get, the more, like, exhausted I am. Like, I just want to settle down somewhere for a few years, not have to worry about a thing whatsoever, pay my bills, have a place that's mine. Like, I hope I don't ever have to be, like, live with a parent ever again. Ever again. Because that shit is a nightmare. Um, yeah, I don't know. But that's a bittersweet moment. Difficult because bill-wise, we have to make money, try to figure out what to do, make ends meet, and whatever else. I'm also thinking about going back to school. I know, my brain's all over the place. I thought business management was going to be like the best thing for somebody to do because everything's a business, but it's been so difficult, and it's probably just the economy, but it has been so difficult for me trying to get just any type of job. Any type of job that offers me security and stability is the word I was going for. And I wish things would get better for all of us. I wish that, people could find jobs and there was more job security for all of us because living like this is so scary. And maybe, it can be exciting. It could be like, oh man, every day's different. Not every day is the same, but fucking Christ. I'm so, like, I plan things out. I want to plan things out. I want stability. I want security. I want, to learn and grow and do all of these things with my life. And it has been so challenging trying to find just one place to stay at. Because having one job, you can't afford shit. You cannot afford anything on one job. You have to be extremely lucky or just, work your fucking ass off, which take that with a grain of salt because no matter how much somebody works their ass off, it's still, a pain to try and survive and support yourself because today it's not easy. And I wish there was a way that the older generations could finally retire at a decent age so that way they can get out of their job places and bring in newer people so we can continue the cycle of having job security and whatever else. But I noticed this a lot at my 7-year job is that anytime people would retire, they would do it for maybe a month or two and realize, oh shit, I'm either bored, I have nothing to do, or I can afford living like this on my Social Security or 401k type of, benefits. And then they just come back. And I wonder how many times people do that. That really fucks up, their plans and their lifestyles and whatever else because they cannot simply survive without working. You also decline a lot faster when you don't have a job. Or a hobby, I should say. So, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, when older people retire, they stay home, they're not, waking up to have purpose, to go do something. And it really fucks with you mentally to not have something to do. Like, you just lounge around and you're not using your brain. You're not using your body. You're not using your motor skills. And the phrase, you use it or lose it. So a lot of people will retire and their health will decline because they're not doing the things that they have been doing for the past, like, their lifetime. So that's why it's important for older people to have hobbies or travel or, do something to occupy their time and whatever else. I also wish that there was a way for younger people to also travel, because who wants to travel when they're fucking 65 years old? Like, no, I want to look pretty and hot when I'm fucking traveling. Like, fuck. I want to be in good shape. I want to be in good health. I want to look good. I want to be like how I am right now so I can take good pictures in these places that I want to go to. And maybe if younger people could see the world, it would change their perspective on a lot of other things rather than, when they're older and lived a good chunk of their life. Like, set you up for something like a new perspective when you're super young versus when you're much older. I don't know. I really don't know. But there's got to be a way. And maybe there will never be a way, but that's just like what I'm thinking of, is if we could do some type of cycle to move the older generations out so the younger generations could come in and actually have job security and everything could just flow a lot better. Or maybe we're just overpopulated, and that's another problem. And we're probably going to see that within the next 40, 50 years because people my age or whatever aren't popping out babies like they quote unquote should be doing. Which, why the fuck would we pop out babies when, one, we can't even afford to feed our fucking dogs or, live out of our parents' places? Like, no. And I know I'm fortunate enough to actually, like, have my own place, but it took living with a parent to actually get the step up that me and my girlfriend needed. And it was tough. Like, again, I never want to have to live with a parent ever again because that shit fucking sucked. Getting yelled at, having to do things a certain way to make them happy. Like, it was not ideal. It took a toll on my mental health, my stress. Like, it was not good. So I know I'm extremely fortunate, but there are a lot of people who aren't extremely fortunate. They have to bust their fucking balls to pay the bills that they already do have, and it's tough. My God, you think the people that are fucking however old sitting on, maintaining our government and the economy, that they'd be doing shit about it, they'd be using their big brains, but they don't give a fuck. They don't care about making shit better for other people. They just care about themselves. And it's so annoying. Because if I was involved in the government, I'd be trying to make everything better for other people. Because I am a fixer. I'm a problem solver. I do not want to sit idly by and watch people struggle and trying to make ends meet, because that's just not how it should be. We should all be trying to help each other and do what we gotta do to make, humanity better. Not just, one country. I'm talking about the whole world. Have you guys been seeing those cute little videos of the World Cup and people from other countries coming over here and, like, just having a good time and whatever else? Like, or the whole ranch situation. Because they don't have ranch in other countries, they were trying to smuggle ranch in Ziploc baggies in their luggage to go home. And I guess TSA was like, you guys could just go to Walmart and get a bottle of it and put it in your luggage, but it has to be sealed. So a lot of people would leave TSA and they would just go get a huge bottle of ranch and put it in their luggage. I also tried Raising Cane's today for the first time ever. Great food. The fact that they also didn't have ranch was insane. Absolutely diabolical. I got to the window. I'm looking at the menu. I only see 4 things that you can order. It's like chicken strip combos and 1 chicken sandwich combo that you could get. Because I really want a Chick-fil-A, but they're closed on Sundays, unfortunately. Totally forgot about that until I mentioned it to the cashier at TJ Maxx. But yeah, dude, like, no ranch. So I was like, just give me the Raising Cane sauce. I'll try that. And I'm a picky eater. I really didn't want to try something new because I'm always scared that I'm not going to like it and then feel like I wasted money. But when I tell you, oh my God, it was so good. Their crinkle fries, really, really good. They were not too salty, not too sweet. Like, they had flavor to them. And it didn't taste like White Castle crinkle fries. And it didn't taste like Sonic crinkle fries. Because those are the only ones that I've ever had. And I don't like a crinkle fry. I think they're fucking weird. But Raising Cane's has really good crinkle fries. I also like that they give you Texas toast because that's really good. I do like that it tastes a little sweeter than just regular bread, but it also has a slight hint of garlic powder to it. Super good. I could eat a bunch of those fucking things. And then their chicken. Oh my God. It was juicy and flavorful and like super crunchy, but it felt or like it tasted fresher than, you know, any other places. I feel like Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's has like fresh meat versus McDonald's or anything else where it looks like somebody just fucking chewed up frozen chicken, spit it out on a plate, molded it together with some weird breading, and tossed it in a deep fryer and then served it. Like, no. Don't get me wrong. I do love a good McDouble and a large Coke, but son of a bitch, Raising Cane's is pretty fresh. And their sauce, it was like a mixture of ranch and ketchup had a baby together. Just like a little bit. I don't know. Like, it was creamy, but it also had a little bit of the, how do I want to say? Would you say ketchup is tart? I don't know. I don't know if I would say ketchup is tart. Acidic? It had the little acidity of ketchup. I mean, at least in my opinion. Yeah, but it was pretty good, and I would definitely get it again. It was cheaper than I thought it was going to be, too. It was like $10 for a 3-piece meal. I didn't eat the whole thing, so I ended up giving Milo a piece of chicken, but yeah. No, but it was super good. I really don't know what other topics I'm going to talk about. I really need to find some, but dude, researching the fuck out of things and doing all that, like, I do want to get better and fucking posting on social media. God. I'm also all about things being aesthetically pleasing, and being at the other house was just not aesthetically pleasing because it was hot as fucking shit. All right, now we got an AC unit that obviously cools our whole entire place, and it's at 69 or 70 degrees, but at her dad's house, oh my God, is Milo gonna look out the window? At her dad's house, he barely left that shit on, so it was always hot, so we had to put tinfoil on our window, and your girl loves natural lighting, the fresh air, being able to open up a window. And I couldn't do that because of the tinfoil and cardboard that was on our window. It was fucking tough. God, sitting in October or November wanting a nice fresh breeze, or, having the window open in April or May when it's 52 degrees outside and you just want that nice airflow. Couldn't do it. I could not have it. But now, it's fucking different. I can have that shit. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I didn't really do anything. I wasn't feeling too hot yesterday. I think it might be the chlorine in the water, but maybe you just need to get a Brita. I think that's the right word. The water filter thing. I mean, we have one connected to the fridge, but I think we also have to have the filter. Oh, and another fucking thing. This place is super nice, and you'll see it when I, have all of our shit ready to go, and in a YouTube video. But the amount of things that I had to take a picture of for damage report, which I still have to upload, it's insane. Like, I walked into the second bathroom, which is the main bathroom, opened up because they have cabinets above the toilets that are built in. The fucking hinge was off one of them, so now it's just sitting there crooked. And then I looked in the bathtub, for the main bathroom, and they don't even have a fucking, drain thing. So, when you turn the shower on and you have the option between, like, running a bath for the faucet or, running it through the shower, it only goes up to the shower. They do not have the bottom faucet. So I had to put in a report for that. And then the master bedroom, the door is crooked or something, so there's like a slight opening for the damn door. What else did I have to do a damage report for? I don't know. I could have sworn there was something else. Yeah, but fuck. When you rent places, I hate when they do the fucking landlord special where they fucking paint over every goddamn thing. Or there's the dishwasher. It's not screwed in properly, so anytime I open the door, it comes out of the opening a little bit and it doesn't close all the way. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, just side note, when you find your own place, make sure you go through everything. And my friend Jen, she was like a property manager. She was telling me to like do everything, run the water, open all the cabinet doors, make sure the hinges are fine, turn on all the lights, turn on the fan, make sure everything is working properly because you don't want to miss anything. Open all the windows, all that type of shit. So, yeah. But, I think that's the end of this episode. If you guys did, for whatever reason, have anything you want to throw my way money-wise to help a girl out, my Cash App is the money $, Migdalia Bonilla 15. So, all one word, no AA, but then my social medias, you should know, they're just Migdalia Bonilla, Migdalia Bonilaa. Cash App is like 1A at the end of my last name instead of 2. But yeah, and then if you want to go on Etsy, I'm hoping that within the next couple of months I can actually make soaps and shit to sell and whatever else. Let me know if you guys are interested in paintings, because I also paint and I really want to get back into it. And I know that a lot of people like the flower boot that I made once upon a time. So yeah, but let me know, and I will see you guys soon. Have a great week. Love you. Bye.